Hey guys, and welcome back to Cositi, a career goals series. Now, the point of the series is to reach out to different members of the Balkan community all over the world who are established in their industry to showcase that you don't have to be the doctor, lawyer, businessman, manager, and that type of thing. So, we're going to dive into the jewelry industry with a sister duo out of New York. And please welcome Natasa and Tanja Plecas. Thank you very much for meeting with me for this particular career goals series.
Thank you so much for having us.
Totally. So, why jewelry? How did you guys come up with that idea to start that business together?
Ever since Tanya and I were little kids, we were always very creative. But at one period of time, we were both living in Los Angeles. And it's actually, it's a funny, interesting story. She had a really tough breakup. And instead of just, sitting at home, moping around, she decided to enroll in various jewelry making courses. She's like, I'm going to learn how to make jewelry. I was like welding, I was soldering, I was doing kind
Jeez.
of waxing classes, and then I took a wire wrapping course. So the long and the short of it is that a breakup, like I was a mess and I didn't know what to do with myself, took some courses and then taught Tanya. So
You're probably like, I left all my jewelry at his house. Now I got to learn how to make it.
yeah, exactly.
Similar, yeah. And she came over, she was wearing something, and I was like, where did you get that? And she's, she told me she made it, and then the little light bulb went off, and I said, can you teach me? And she taught me how to wire wrap. And we were living in LA, and then we started wearing the pieces out and about, and people actually would come up to us and say, where did you get that? And then
You're like, I made it.
Yeah, so we made it. And then, we were like, hey, what if we, start selling the pieces? And we actually did have our first line, while we were living in LA, and it was called Angelic Allure.
We got it on Celebs back then, but kind of life took us different ways and we stepped
Right.
away from it from a bit. So basically during COVID, we got reinvigorated and we relaunched as a totally new brand called Plecas.
So, how'd you guys come down to the conclusion? Like, let's just do it our last name. You know what I mean?
That took a lot of time of decision making.
Right.
A long time.
It took years, because when we did live in LA, we got it, on Celebs, in boutiques. As I said, it was called Angelic Allure. And then, the recession hit, the economy crashed in 2008. And with it,
Oh, it's that far back.
that far.
That was
back.
an original.
That was our first
original take at it.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
And life brought us to New York City. And in the meantime, everybody kept asking us, oh, what happened to the jewelry? What about the jewelry? And then, when COVID hit, we had more time on our hands and we said, why don't we, give it a whirl again? And then we
Pedal to the metal and
Right.
been working hard.
Right. Because we weren't necessarily doing anything and we couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I was working from home. I will say I have had another full-time job along with this, so it's been double duty.
Right. Where does one even begin when starting a jewelry business? It's one thing to make it, but it's like, what happens first?
So let's tell you, Srdjan, it is a lot of work.
A ton, and it's literally, I don't think people understand, but Tanya and I do everything.
You make them?
We make everything.
Yeah. The way you start is, well, first of all, yes, taking jewelry courses. But other than that, we're kind of self-taught and we do everything. We go purchase the raw materials.
The chain, the stones, and then we'll sit here, we'll actually wire wrap, the stone to the chain, and we'll photograph it ourselves. We design the website ourselves.
We do the social media. It's like
we do the copy.
We ship it out, like we handwrite every single note. So
wow.
We should know it comes all
one
from
stop
us.
Shop.
Yeah, your tagline should be
Awesome.
like blood, sweat, and tears, because that's exactly what goes into making your jewelry. Nice. So how do you guys come up with the design? Is it pretty much you just walk through the shop and whatever inspiration like comes up, or you see something that just sparks a drawing or maybe, a prototype, mix and match certain things that you find in the shop? How does that all go down?
So Tanya and I come from a fashion and entertainment background, so I think we have a bit of an eye for it, but I know that whether it's travel that inspires us or sometimes looking through magazines, even walking around New York City is very inspiring, but also since we lived in Los Angeles, our designs are inspired by New York and LA predominantly, whether it's the gemstones or like the colors, everything such as that. But
like our designs are very, sleek and linear, reminiscent of, New York City, but then We use a lot of gemstones that have pops of color,
Yeah.
you know, from
Like might be hard to see on this bust, but it's like
Right, I see,
labradorite.
yeah.
The
you
sun
know, it's
hits
like a
it,
beautiful blue green
twinkly.
stone.
Yeah, I was looking at your guys' website, plecasjewelry.com, and I noticed that there was a vibe going on, right? There's like that elegance, like breakfast at Tiffany's sort of like vibe, you know what I mean? But there's also like that, even on like the main page, vacay vibes, you know, very beachy and tropically, but like the blue one you're wearing right now, everything like
yeah.
it's like a statement piece with something, you know, like an outfit that could be simple, but
Mhm.
you could make it more elegant with like a statement piece like that. So it looks really nice.
Absolutely. You hit it on the head, Srdjan. We try to make simple yet elegant, like one of a kind statement making pieces. So
Mhm.
some of them are dainty, just like this plain chain Tanya's wearing. And then this one's a little bit more, I don't know. I don't want to say,
Pronounced.
yeah, pronounced. Exactly.
Right. So since you guys are making this by hand, are you guys juggling day jobs and this, or are you guys, you know, all in when it comes to the
So
business?
this is my full-time job. I'm all in, you know, I'm in the weeds. I'm answering, you know, the customer service emails. I'm, you know, updating our social media page, updating copy on the site, adding new products. She, you know, on the other hand, has a full-time job.
She's in the factory making the
Yes.
necklaces.
No, she,
No.
one day.
So Tanya comes from a creative director background, but now she is full on into this. As I mentioned before, I come from entertainment. So I was previously at a TV production company, but now, like a month and a half ago, I transitioned to a recruiting agency for the fashion industry because I'm trying to
Nice.
pick up more knowledge about how everything functions as well.
So with your guys' background, is that how you connected with celebrities? Kind of like a person that you know who knows a person who knows a person, or like you're hounding them on the street. Hey, I got something for you.
Absolutely. Because I come from the entertainment background and Tanya also worked in fashion. Sometimes it was connections that she had with stylists working on set.
Nice.
She was modeling for years. I worked on a lot of TV productions, so I had access to some celebs. And then other times it's just who we know in LA who knows someone.
First of all, that's really awesome. And I remember catching one of your posts, I want to say a while back, like Eva Longoria is posting about your stuff. Like that's a huge deal. You know what I mean? To get someone of that status to, you know, promote your stuff and actually wear it and like it too.
Thank you so much. Actually, we were so grateful whenever we do send it to someone and if they take the time to post it, whether they post it or if they wear it. A handful of months ago, Maria Menounos, we were both in shock and so excited because we adore
Right.
her. She not only acknowledged us in the post that we gave her the jewelry, she was wearing it, but she wore it on live with Ryan and Callie when she hosted.
That is
So that
awesome.
was a huge one for us. And then recently, just like 2 days ago, Jessica Alba acknowledged us. She does like a thank you Thursday to businesses, and she
That's
acknowledged
awesome.
us. We were very grateful.
So you guys are a sister duo, obviously, and naturally, when working with a partner, it can be difficult. So, as sisters and as partners, do you guys find it hard to agree on things?
Well, you know, I think actually the contrary, you know, it's so much easier when you're working with a sibling, especially if you get along with your
Mhm.
sibling.
Right, right.
We're best friends.
We
You know,
finish each other's sentences, like we
Yeah,
know
answer each
other
other's
so well.
questions.
oh, and you
Yeah.
have no idea. So many times, you know, we'll end up at, you know, we'll say, okay, let's go meet at such and such restaurant, and we won't, you know, speak to each other to find out, oh, what are you wearing? What am I wearing? And we'll show up in the exact
That same
same
thing.
outfit.
She buys something and I'm like, oh, I really like that, but you know, we don't live together anymore, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. And then we end up
Mm.
showing up in
Oh
like
my
similar
God.
outfits. Yeah. But no, Tanya and I really get along. I think we have very similar taste. She is definitely more daring than me, so I will give her that. But I would say about 85% of the time we agree on everything with regards to the designs and everything regarding the business. It's only that 15% where,
One of us will feel
Yeah.
strongly,
yeah,
you know, about the other one's creation and say, no, I'm not feeling it, you know.
but then by
Right.
the end, the other one convinces to conform.
When it comes to siblings, it's either a hit or a miss. Either you get along or you don't, and it just becomes a mess. But I've always been told like never work with family because that's when things get really hairy when it comes to the details. But since you guys are getting along, I feel like everything's running smoothly for right now. Let's just hope that it continues
you don't
like
even
that.
know, Srdjana. We are, when our mama and papa come to visit, we literally put them
them
to
to
work. I have video, an assembly line. We're like, okay, Branko, Ljubica, here you
Yeah.
go. They're like making
Okay.
boxes.
So your mom's like putting the beads on the necklaces and stuff.
Papirice,
Yeah.
putio. They literally was like a little
They were
assembly
building
line.
the box, yeah, cutting the sticker, putting the note card in.
Yeah. So, but
So
regarding the designs, I should mention, we will call our mama or tata on FaceTime and be like, "Šta misliš?" They're
Yeah.
like, "Super," or they'll be like, "Oh, šta ti je to?"
Yeah, much good.
So what do they really think in the beginning of this endeavor? Where they're probably like, oh, you know, možda je bolje da nađeš sebi stalni posao sa beneficije.
Well, we both like our first career paths were unconventional,
Absolutely.
in the Serbian community. So
Oh, tell me about it.
this isn't their first exactly, it's not their first rodeo, so to speak. So then when we transitioned to jewelry, they're like, oh, okay, možda i bolje. Yeah.
Right. Oh, ima para tu. Oh, yeah. Like
Yeah.
that sort of thing. Yeah.
Svi volu nakit. Okay.
Yeah. But it is true what you were saying. I do feel like a lot of people in our community, at least from my experience, it's either real estate, it's pharmacist,
Pharmaceutical
or
sales.
like a financial advisor, kind of like those are some of the top
Oh,
ones.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
But there was Tanja and I, like modeling and hosting and TV producer, like we were really in the thick of it, and then creative director for a fashion company. So, but we've taken all that knowledge and we've applied it and funneled it into this endeavor.
I feel like they're just looking out for us and they have our best interest at heart. They don't want us to necessarily suffer or to, be lost in this world. You know what I mean? They want the job security for their kids, so they're all set, right? And then their job is done. So which is why I asked, like, what do they think about your business? Like, are they on board? Were they not on board in the beginning? Are they on board now? Clearly they're employees of yours.
Yeah, now they're put to work, so they're okay.
Cool. And I think they're excited because we did choose to use our last name, So,
Oh, now they're okay with it.
Yes. Like our mom will wear our pieces, and then people say, "Oh, Luba, where did you get that?" Yeah, my girls made it. And then they'll say, "Oh, what's the name of the wig?" Yeah, the last name, Plecas. She gets very excited and proud.
Sooner or later, you guys are going to have like a table or booth at church, in between like services and lunches.
Absolutely.
As they come out, you sell your line. So how is business going now in comparison to when you guys started?
It's going well. We're hustling, we're hustlers. We're just trying to, one foot in front of the other. Currently, it's only available on our website, plecasjewelry.com. We're plugging that in there for you all out there.
Get it? Yeah.
But we are trying to get it into boutiques and expand. But everything is such a process and it takes a bit.
Totally. And let's talk about products. What type of products do you guys have? Are we talking diamonds, rubies, sapphires? Are we talking about different types of rocks that you got, since you guys are Jenny from the block?
Tanja Natasa from the block. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So talk to me about products.
I know, like the seller.
I know.
love
I'm
it.
having like
Absolutely.
I'm having like Lika, Kunovac vibes.
Yeah, definitely. I used to have like a fireside chat. I'm like, you know what? Let's keep it authentic.
I'm loving it. Yeah, it reminds us of our childhood, going back to the old country for sure.
Yeah. So this is not my house. Yeah. Anywho, let's talk products.
Basically, the type of jewelry we currently sell is like it's called demi-fine jewelry. It's a middle range type of jewelry. It's not costume. It's not fine jewelry because we use semi-precious stones like labradorite, pearls, chrysoprase.
I'm trying to think what else. Amethysts. So semi-precious stones, and then we use like 14 karat gold filled chains, sterling silver chains, and we wire wrap everything. But occasionally we do have some customers who specifically ask us for gold, so we will buy a gold chain and hand make that for them.
Oh, you guys do custom too?
Yeah, custom. But
nice.
I don't know if I was showing you, but literally things will come on a spool, and Tanja and I have to cut it and measure it properly. So yes, but this one's 14 karat gold fill. Sorry, gold fill.
So what do you think is the key to your success?
I think the key to success is just putting in a lot of hard work and not giving up. I mean, everything is a process. Like Tanya and I mentioned before, just getting an LLC set up is challenging. There are a
Mhm.
million steps to do. And and the fact that we find the stones and the chains and we make everything. We are literally the one-stop shop from start to finish. So I think the fact that we pour so much time and energy into it, we are very dedicated. And I think when you're that invested, it pushes you to really, you don't want to fail. You just keep
Right.
plowing ahead.
Someone upgrade.
Someone up.
Exactly. Exactly. Especially if you love what you're doing, that's even more important, right? Than just doing something out of the, you know, for the fact that you just need an income. And I think that's the message I like to push to everybody. Tackle those passion projects because it's either now or never. And I want to showcase to people like it is possible. You're the proof.
Yeah.
So how'd you guys agree on the design of the box? And who made it?
This is actually, a box ready to be
That you
shipped.
ship.
We have our envelope here with our thank you.
Nice.
This paper.
Oops. And then this is our box. Name.
I love the
logo.
font.
Oh, with the little
And then
satchel.
Each box.
Oh,
we
excuse
include
me.
A satchel,
Oh.
like a carrying case.
You don't even know, Srdjan. We even went to detail. We put a little bit of this fun party in here,
Confetti.
but then you actually have our name on the tissue paper.
Wow. You guys went above and beyond for real.
You blew Smiley sticker, little sticker.
Those are for the kids.
That's what it is, you know? So it was a lot of work. We worked with Tanya and I worked with a graphic designer to come up with the P's, and
With
actually
the actual logo.
P's stand for Plecas, and there's two of us, and they're intertwined, which represent and signify our bond.
That's awesome.
We're sisters, and we're very close, and there's two of us, so people don't even understand that aspect of the logo.
I
Like,
mean-
detail and thought went into it.
I mean, it looks awesome the way it is, regardless of the backstory or not. But the fact that there is a backstory makes it more meaningful.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
of
so
course. All
Yeah.
right. Well, thank you so much for your time. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Talk to you
Keep us
later.
posted.
Adorable.